Yeah, I'd like to piggyback on that. I totally agree with that. As everybody here knows, harassment is illegal. It's a crime. You're not allowed to harass people. And I think, so I agree with the previous speaker. The city council should come out and tell everybody it's illegal to commit crimes. So I think you should do that. Have a meeting, tell everybody it's illegal to commit crimes. Thank you.
Yeah. Selena Gonzalez, Black Bear Diner. Interesting that you would say it's illegal to commit crimes, being that you called my business, Roadrunner Mailing Services, harassing them and accusing them of being funded by the Restaurant Association. I didn't appreciate what you did, and I did tell them, well, they should have called the police. I told them to tell you something else. But anyway, I do agree with this lady that harassment is inappropriate.
Thank you. Brian, you're out of order. Only the person up at the dais with public comment can speak. So, and is there any other public comment? Brian? Oh, that's good time.
Okay, first I'd like to say that that woman right there, Selena, and that man right there, Rob Arias, both those people just now slandered me. So they're alleging I committed a crime. And now Nora's laughing about this. If somebody commits a crime, let me say it again, Nora. If somebody commits a crime, your remedy is to call the police. That goes for you and for you too. You call the police when a crime's been committed, okay? That's the bright line in America. No, I'm talking to Mr. Mayor Arias and to you and Ms. Davis. If a crime has been committed, you call the police. And what you don't do is you don't slander people. So I reject, I didn't commit the crime, so that makes Mr. Arias, that was a lie. Mr. Arias just told a lie, because I'm telling you right now, I did not commit that crime. The onus is on you, Mr. Arias.
Brian,
have me arrested.
Direct your comments to the council,
well, other people,
not to members, not to private individuals.
Well, he just did it to me. Yeah. And so have other people. Other people turn around and talk to the audience. It's very common. So the onus is on Mr. Arias and anybody else that wants to slander me. Have me arrested, okay? You know that if you can get me arrested, well then you'll have made a point. Then maybe I did commit a crime. But barring that, you know, stop slandering people. Okay, now I want to talk about Measure C. I mean, I've lived in Emeryville a long time, and one of the nice things about having lived here a long time is you get to see, there's a culture here, and that Measure C was the last time we raised the minimum wage in this town, and we heard it's going to be a calamity. All the businesses that were going to have their wages they have to pay to their employees go up. Were telling us that they're going to leave Emeryville, flee this town. They're going to go out of business. You're destroying the hospitality industry.
That's your time.
Bunk. You haven't. That was not destroyed. Thank you very much.
Next is Selena Gonzalez, Shum Preston, and Judy Timmel.
Council, thank you very much. Mr. Donahue, my condolences. We've all got one in the family, I think.
All right, so I want to appreciate the public for restraining yourselves after I chided you. I thought we were able to have a civil, for the most part, a civil discourse. And I do want to say that activities of private individuals that cross a line is something that I don't personally condone. So that being said, I think...
Mayor Atkin, can I respond to that comment? I take very seriously the letters that the council has received from small businesses and other people in the community about issues of harassment and intimidation and threats to their business. At the Public Safety Committee last Thursday, I asked the Public Safety Committee to address this issue with a community meeting to define exactly what is harassment, intimidation, threatening behavior, what is the proper procedure when someone comes into your place of business or intimidates you in a public section. What can you do? I think it deserves discussion, and Scott Donahue seconded me on this request, and I believe the police chief is going to pursue this matter, and we will see something on this in 2 or 3 weeks. Just to let people know that there's 2 members of the council here who absolutely take exception to this type of behavior in the city.
I was just told by those wonderful small business people that care so much about Emeryville that I had to leave my city hall, is what they just told me out there in the foyer. It's kind of interesting. No, that's not going to happen. I'll leave my city hall when I want to leave, but I won't be told to leave my city hall, just so everybody knows. They said a lot of other choice things as well, a lot of sort of mixed language. Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry. The reason why I called out is because it seemed like you were going to skip that. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, once again, reiterate what I said earlier to Councilmember Davis. When you see a crime or even hear about a crime, you should call the police. That's the remedy. That's what we do here. And I want to thank Member Davis for resisting what might have been a temptation to commit a crime here tonight, which would have been to have slandered somebody like other people did. You didn't do that, so good on you for that. Well, it's good not for the council members not to, you shouldn't be slandering people, and you didn't do it, so that's good. Thank you for not slandering anybody. However,
Did you want to speak on the agenda item?
Yeah.
well, this is I'm talking about the agenda.
This is the poet laureate. You haven't said
That's right.
this is poetry
It's not
right
on
now.
the agenda item.
It's not on the
a point
agenda.
of
This
order.
is poetically connected to the agenda.
No, it
item.
isn't.
It isn't.
No?
No.
I don't see
What do you-
anything
what-
here
so
about this agenda item.
Okay. How do you stop somebody speaking from what you consider not to be on the agenda item?
Because you haven't said anything about
But-
the selection of the RFP
Well, in your
panel or
opinion,
anything
but
like
how
that.
how do you know? How do you stop somebody from?
Because I've heard what you've said.
Okay, so
Brian.
what's the mechanism
You are out
to stop?
of order.
No, what's the
You
mechanism?
are out of order.
Hey, are you going to have me arrested for talking off the subject?
No, I'm going to have you step away so we can conduct our business
It's my
here.
time to speak. Public comments.
On this agenda
I believe it's
item.
on this agenda item.
No.
And you
It
say
hasn't
no.
been so far.
Well, okay, I disagree. What, you want to? Is the clock? You want to start the clock back up? Please stop interrupting me, Mayor.
No, I want you to talk on point.
I am talking on point.
You haven't yet.
No, in my opinion, I am.
It's not commonly understood to have the
I
same
believe it
meaning
is.
as
I
you.
believe. I believe I'm talking on the issue.
I'd like to get some guidance here from our legal department. He's out of order because he isn't talking about the agenda, on the agenda item.
The concept is that you are to speak to the item that's on the agenda.
Right. You said nothing about our
Presiding
Poet Laureate
officer
program.
Yes, I was speaking about that.
No, you weren't. You're
Yes.
talking to Councilmember Davis.
When public people speak on public comments, you can use all manner of speaking. You can use silence. You can use meter. You can use inflection. You can use.
You're not
all
talking
manner-
about our item of business.
I am talking about the item of business, and all
You care
manner.
to speak about our selection panel?
I am speaking about that.
Then please do. Please go forward.
Continue.
Please.
Thank you. Once again, if the crime is being committed, if you hear of somebody committing
We're not
a crime,
talking about crimes. We're talking about the Poet
would you
Laureate
please stop
program.
interrupting me? I'm trying to finish my 3 minutes. Would you please let me speak?
No, because
No,
you haven't
no.
said anything about the Poet
Point of
Laureate
order.
program. You're out
Point
of
of
order,
order.
Brian.
No, I'm not. No, I'm speaking on the, you're trying to stop me from speaking. I'm speaking on the
You're talking
item.
about crimes, you're not talking about the Poet Laureate program.
No, that's what you think. And I say no. I say you're wrong. I'm speaking about the item on the agenda. I'm speaking on the item, whatever the number is, the Poet Laureate, yes.
Yeah, say something about the Poet Laureate program.
I'm speaking about that.
You're talking about
Yes, I am.
crimes being committed.
Mr. Biddle, how does this get resolved? I say I'm speaking on the agenda item. How does it get
Your
resolved?
time's
please?
up.
I was interrupted by the mayor. How is this resolved? Who's the content police
This is
here?
ridiculous.
I mean, so when the mayor thinks that somebody's speaking off the topic, the gavel gets dropped and then the handcuffs go on. So that's mighty convenient. Is that how we're going to do it here? How are we going to do it here?
The presiding officer.
So if you don't like what somebody's saying, you can bang the gavel and then that gentleman comes up with the handcuffs on. Is that what
Out of
happens?
control. Either close the
I'm in
meeting.
control.
Yeah.
Move the agenda.
All right, I'm going to adjourn this meeting because we can't conduct our
We have
business.
we have a motion and a second on the,
Call the question.
Yeah, I call a question.
Sorry, who's the motion and second?
Is the public comment?
Here's a motion.
I seconded.
Thank you.
Now that the room is mostly empty, before I adjourn it, we were asked by different sectors of the community tonight to speak out against disruptive and obnoxious and bullying and harassing behavior. It might not be illegal, but it sure isn't good behavior and something that I don't condone. And the bloggers in town have been at war with each other recently, and I want to acknowledge that as well. That's not unlike some of the discussion that we've had here tonight. Going to a lowest common denominator is not the best of public participation or civic discourse. So I am very disheartened when obnoxious behavior happens in town, and it may not be illegal, and First Amendment rights allow people to behave poorly in public comment section of our meetings, but to go to private individuals offline outside of the council chambers and be bullying and harassing, while it might not be illegal, it's certainly not desirable and not something that I condone or support in any way. And I just wanted to say that now that some of the tempers in the room have left, to put that out in public on the public record. So with that, again, I want to remember Jeremy Ham, and this meeting is adjourned.